So today's industry advisor meeting is with Randall Law. And as I said, Randall has been an industry advisor of mine for many, many years. Quite talented young man who has just recently launched his own new apparel line. And he has been in commercials and shot video, quite a expansive resume. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Randall Law. How you doing, buddy?
Doing great. You know, the crazy thing is that I thank you guys for coming in today because I'm going to give you one of the lessons I learned in life. I woke up and I'm not feeling well at all. And my daughter, she keeps me up all night and she's sitting right here. But I did not feel like coming on today. But the great thing about it is that we have two options before we do anything. Either we show up or we don't show up. But the ones that did show up today, I'm doing this not for myself, I'm doing this for you guys and the wonderful teacher that is teaching this course for you guys. But thank you guys for showing up. So that's the number one golden rule when showing up for anything. Either you do it or you don't. But when you don't do it, you're not helping yourself. Sometimes you gotta push through things to further yourself. So without sounding like a teacher, I'm gonna try to give you some energy now. My name is Randall Law. I'm a jingle writer, freelance jingle writer. I'm an actor. I've done national commercials with Barack Obama, drugfreeworld.org. I also produce, direct, edit some of my 30-second to 1-minute commercials. I do motivational speaking with Mr. Phillips for about, 4 or 5 years now we've been doing this. Whenever I have the opportunity, I love to inspire individuals. Also, I try to make my life not about me, but all the people that I meet. So whenever I wake up, I always ask myself 2 things. Who can I inspire? And what can I learn new that I haven't learned at all in my 37 years of life? Don't I look like I'm not 37? But other than that, I'm trying to think I didn't come with any notes and I just wanted to shoot straight from the heart. But other than that, my main objective is to inspire in whatever I put my hands to do. Sometimes I feel like I'm lost and you're going to feel like you're lost sometimes in life. Sometimes you're going to actually feel like that you don't have the question, all the right answers or all the right questions. And that's okay because I'm still learning to this day. Also, I want to, hold on, let me make sure, okay. So some of the things that have inspired me to be where I'm at today is one, I'm not from your alma mater, I'm from the great Del Castle Technical High School, home of the Cougars. Actually, I took a course there, which was called, at the time, it was called video production. And at that time, I wanted to actually go into welding, but my mother knew that I had a talent for inspiring, creating. So let's just say she forced me to go into that class. And because of her, I learned a lot of great things on getting my ideas out. That's like today, you guys have a wonderful cell phone to do a lot of stuff with. When I was going to school, I graduated in 2001. When I was going to school, we had like this big camera that was about this big, and we used to edit on TV screens bigger than your laptop. And we would have weekly assignments to go out and actually create our own TV shows. And I knew when I was a kid, I always wanted to be on TV. And I was like, I gotta find a way to get on TV. And when I didn't have that time, within school, it granted me the opportunity to make my own TV shows and also, just videotape my ideas. So that's what inspired me to continue to always create. How do I stay creative when I'm not getting paid for it or when I'm not making a living off of it? This wonderful thing right here. I'm not sure if Mr. Phillips has shown you any of my commercials that I've shot, but majority of my commercials I've shot right here on this wonderful cell phone. And the thing is that it's generated either people that's going to follow me, and has also generated money for me. Uh, talk about others you have worked with when you are finished. Okay. So with that, whenever
I'm
I
gonna
do,
interrupt you here for 1 second. Your videos that you have done, you have worked with a William Penn alumni, Matt, um, and Matt has helped you do some things to promote this new entity that you're in using some of Matt's talent. So when I do the final editing of this, I'm going to bring some of those into it to kind of show a little bit more about you. We're recording these so that we can promote them to other classes. Um, got to check on got to
yeah,
check on the girl. That's good.
yeah.
So that we can promote this to other classes as well. So
Mhm.
we will be showing all of that stuff.
Perfect. So yeah, I think it was last year, Matt, he was on the call, just like you guys are on, the ones that did show up. And Matt was just really, he really wanted to know how he could further his career and then also, push himself and his talents. And I gave him my email address, just like I would give all you my email address. And we just kept on having conversations, and he would like throw ideas at me and I would throw ideas at him. And then one day we just got up and we start shooting with my drone. And from that day forward, I believe it was last summer, we have not stopped creating together. Mind you, I pay him, and there are times sometimes where he's just like, yo, let's just create. You don't have to worry about paying me and stuff like that. So we're always finding ways to create. I mean, to this day, yesterday he hit me up and it's this new Insta 360 that just came out, which is crazy dope. I want to get this camera. And he's thinking about getting it because he already has one. And he's like, yo, we should shoot this idea. And I'm like, where can we do it at? And he's like, let's just find anywhere. Let's just go. So we're always like, just finding ways to create and always finding ways to work around things that we do not have. There's some cameras that we do not have. There's some angles that we always want to shoot, but we're always finding ways to work with what we have to get our messages across, not only to our viewers, but to also just to see if we can do it as well, to push ourselves. But some other people that I've worked with, let's say, who was on here last week? Bernard, are you still there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've had Bernard on about 3 weeks ago, but he was with the freshman on period 4. Some of these guys have met Bernard in the past, though.
Mhm. Yeah, me and Bernard actually, we've been friends for a lifetime since we were kids, and we also went to high school together, and we still continue to create to this day. So whenever opportunities arrive with him, he'll give me a call. Whenever opportunities arrive with me, I'll give him a call. We don't always work together, but we do stay in the loop with intertwining and inspiring each other to keep moving forward and always pushing to be around different things. That's one thing that me and Bernard have in common is that we both love hip hop, we both love jazz, but we always try to push ourselves to think outside of the box and put ourselves around different individuals that don't necessarily look like us as well.
One of the things that I love about you is that you are open to collaborating with a number of different people to create the content that you're trying to create. You, along with Ivan, are two of the people that we call content creators. And these are people that are in need right now that can have ideas and try to find other people out there that they can connect with to create this content. And you seem to be really, really good at that.
Yeah, I try to be good at it. The thing is that I believe my ideas are good, but there are also people out there that have even better ideas than I have. And the only way that I could be different from the pact is to collaborate with people that have bigger, better, different. I mean, sometimes Matt comes up with these ideas, and I'm like, yo, I never thought of that. Let's do it. So I'm always down to just like make a mistake, and if I mess it up in editing, I'll just find a way to like try to make it look cool. And I'm all about failing sometimes because not every video that I post I sometimes like because I'm like this could be so much better. But sometimes I just post it because some people will comment or send me a message and be like, why did you put that font there? Or why did you do that? And I'm open to, people just saying whatever, because it makes me want to do better on the next video. Do I like what they say? Most of the time I can't stand what they say, but sometimes, I mean, we live in a world where everybody wants to comment on everything. Do I read all the comments? No, I just delete them. So I can, it's my world. I could choose what I want in my world, especially in the social media world right now.
One of the things that these guys are doing is that we're into camera techniques and aesthetics, and they have to go through a critiquing session. And you just discussed how some people are critiquing your work, and how you feel about that. Do you find that there are some critiques that help you?
Oh, I think the critiques is the best. Like that's the only way that pushed me, not to sound too cliche, because everybody's like, yeah, I like criticism. We as human beings, we know daggone well we can't stand criticism, especially when it comes to things that we think that are like really the best ideas we've come up with. But I don't like everything that Matt has to say sometimes, and he doesn't like everything I have to say sometimes. Sometimes he's like, yo, today you're acting too aggressive. I need you to like back off a little bit. Not in a bad way, but just the way to where it's just like, you really want this shot. And, but other than that, I mean, you want people around you that's going to push you, not the ones that's going to devalue what you're doing though, because there are some people that like what you do, but they'll say some pretty nasty things to you just to discourage you. So try to find an equilibrium, a balance of or taking certain things with a grain of salt, and some things you can keep and some things you can just throw out.
One of the things I love about you that I noticed from the start years ago is that you are the king of positivity. You are always out pushing positive energy and telling people about things, and you have this smile on your face. Maybe not right now because you haven't been asleep for a while, but you have this smile on your face constantly every time I see you. So how do you do that?
Reading motivational books, following people that inspire me, try not to be a follower, really, to be honest with you. I believe one friend asked me, he asked me today, he was like, so 5 things, what was your favorite wrestler growing up? Who was your favorite musician? What was your favorite candy? And all this other type of stuff. And, as being a black kid, everybody expects you during the musician time. They say, a rapper like Diddy or Busta Rhymes or whoever, or all these Little Smoke or Pop Smoke or whoever. And I said Kenny G. So everybody in that whole feed said, I love everything you said, but why Kenny G as a kid? And I was like, well, I love hip hop, number one. Two, I like to be different because I know everybody was going to say rap. And then three, at that time, my stepfather, he played Kenny G all the time growing up. So I tried to always lean to certain different. And everybody kind of liked that I made that comment because it was crazy different. Try to be different, try to be different.
So
But that's what I do.
let's
Go
talk
ahead, I'm
about your
sorry.
brand here a bit, with this new entity that you're in. How did you get it started, and how are you making it successful? What are your plans? What's your vision on this?
My vision on this is to inspire individuals, all people of color. My vision is to change people's perception, whether they're black, white, Puerto Rican, or Haitian, on the term KKK. I, I want to inspire individuals to look at things from a different mindset and not just letters, and that's from different spectrums on both sides of the tennis court. I'm looking to, I see this going to the Olympics to inspire someone that is more than likely thinking about changing something and looking at me and say, wow, he actually just went through with the idea and he kept going, even though it may have took him some odd years to do certain things. So I believe that this idea was given to me to also more than likely inspire someone else to continue to keep on doing something that they believe in, and then potentially it could change the world. Well, if we can't change the world, we can just change a little small corner of it and then grow from there.
Great inspiration. I love the hat. I got to get me one. You got to.
Well, see, well, I got, well, see, this is my Delaware color. I have a, I'm coming up with something to where I can do something for Delaware. So I know these are Delaware colors. I have a blue one, I have a gray one. I'll make sure I'll send you all three.
We got to find a way to embroider the cowboy hat you got me.
You know what? That's not a cowboy hat. That's a Del Castle Technical High School hat.
Yeah, okay, okay. Keep rubbing that in. Thank you. Where do you see this whole thing going beyond this, and how are you making those connections?
How am I making those connections? By constantly reaching out to individuals. Um, I'm constantly reaching out to individuals. I'm constantly seeking advice from all different individuals. Actually, November 2nd, I'm going to be doing a live with Daniel O'Mara, and we're going to go behind the scenes. And mind you, he's a white American. He's been my friend for 15 years. We went to college together, and he's going to be speaking about, well, we're going to have a conversation about his perspective of the brand, why he supports it, and this upcoming election, and just different aspects of his background versus my background, and the brand on what it does to him and his lifestyle at the moment. I'm constantly reaching out for advice. I'm constantly reaching out to my peers that I have developed relationships with. And I'm just constantly always looking at just different magazines, different cartoons. Like, I was looking at a commercial yesterday and I got an idea for a shirt and I wrote it down. I was like, I got to do that. And by going to the University of Delaware about 3 weeks ago, that's what I got inspired me to do colors, Delaware colors, UD colors. I was like, I got to do something for Delaware. And just by looking at all their t-shirts and hats, I was like, okay, I gotta think outside the box with this and do something for Delaware because I'm from Delaware. So I got to do a little line for that. But each and every day, I'm always looking for like small ideas to like, just like, it's just weird how I get my ideas. They like come to me by like I'll go into stores and just look around at all the shirts and just see why this is hot or why this is not, you know, and my ideas will stem from there as well.
I want you to do me a favor and talk about some of the jobs that you've had. I know that you've worked on a cruise ship. I know that you have been to certain conferences, you know, where you stood up and defended a brand. Talk about that a bit.
Defended a brand. Which one?
Well, you went to like certain shows where you stood in a booth.
Oh, yeah. I used to work for Lexus, the car, and I would do international car shows. I would travel the country on their dime, which was really, really nice. And I would stand up in front of, let's say, 2,000 people or more and introduce their new car lineup. I would introduce different products for Coca-Cola, Mountain Dew, the Army. I would do things for NASCAR. Also would have conversations at like the Doctors Heart Association in Los Angeles. So none of that stuff was easy. I had to learn how to do those things by years and years of practice of just learning how to be engaging and speaking around people. It's not easy. I'm trying not to throw too many cliches at you guys because we hear them all the time. But it started off small by speaking in front of my high school classmates, and then from there, I just kept learning how to speak in front of people, and um, that got me from there. If there's something else you said that I want to answer, I totally forgot what you said.
About working on a cruise ship?
Yeah, I worked on Carnival Cruise Line, where it traveled to Mexico, Cozumel, Mexico, and some other places. Right now, I'm having a brain fart. But yeah, I was the host of the Carnival Cruise Line, and when I first signed up for it, I was like, yes, I'm going to go be able to see the world, and it was a great experience. But being out in the middle of the sea for a long periods of time with no internet, sometimes I was just like, all right, okay, I'm over this. After 4 or 5 months, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm over this. But it was a great experience because I got to meet so many people from all over the world who I'm friends with still to this day. And if I ever wanted to go visit another country, I could just be like, yo, I'm coming. And they're like, yo, you got a place to stay. But it was a real great experience where I hosted comedy shows. I hosted kids shows for Dr. Seuss. I just got to meet so many good people, like to this day on Facebook and Instagram. Guests that came on the ship, they wanted to friend me on Instagram and Facebook, and they still hit me up to this day and tell me what a wonderful experience that I gave them, let's say 4 or 5 years ago. And they love seeing my whole, evolution of who I'm becoming. And now that I'm a father, and they see that as well. So with that experience, a lot of people that I've only met one time still get to connect with and still have an experience with them, even though we're probably millions of miles away.
So if you had one piece of advice, let's go back to what, 2001? Okay,
Yes.
of that, I can't say it's a really terrible school because I worked there for 15 years, but of that school, let's go
Mm-hmm.
back to Randall, junior, senior, high school.
uh
Where was your head at?
My head was all about TV. Like it was all about how am I going to get there? How am I going to get on TV? Because I studied behind the camera first, and I was stuck at where I was going to go, in front of it or behind it first. And since I was already behind it, my mind was, am I going to go to school in state or out of state? And then I just chose to go to the Philadelphia Art Institute in Philadelphia to study behind it before I moved to New York City to go in front of it. But my mind was like really focused on trying to find a way to how to learn how to create on a high level. And the crazy thing is now I still don't think I'm at the level I want to be at. So I'm always pushing towards that. But in high school, I was just always just ready to like create, like just be around people that were thinking better than I was, being better than I was. And that's kind of weird to say. I mean, being a 17-year-old graduate, I really just wanted to be around a lot of people that were doing a lot of, like, not like this Instagram type of thing, like trying to be famous, but it was like I really wanted to just like be around people that are doing good things in their lives for other people, and then just being that person where you can just like really be like inspired by.
Do you find it's easier now to do that with the technology that we have versus back then?
Oh my gosh, crazy easier. I mean, just by picking up a phone and being able to just doing this and being like showing this whole screen could be like, wow. Or today I woke up for class. Look what I'm doing. Because some people could look at that and be like, you know what, I need to get back in class. It's just like little small things, and it doesn't take a lot today to really inspire somebody, or really to do what you want to do with the camera. Or by like majority of my videos that I have voiceovers on, I did it with my cell phone, and it sounds like I'm in a studio, but I just lock myself in a closet and do it and make it sound like I'm in a studio. So it's so many resources that I didn't have back then that I have right now through this. And it's crazy that this one thing right here could like really, like some of the TV commercials. I seen two of my friends do some commercials for Sprint and what is it, Motorola, and they said they shot majority of it on their cell phone, and it's on national television. I'm like, are you serious? They were like, yeah, we just bought a lens for it, and we just got this expensive lens for the cell phone. We shot it with the cell phone. I was just like, this is bananas. This is crazy. So yeah, today it's like wake up, go to bed, create. If I had, well, I did have that opportunity, but now it's kind of limited.
You do all of your editing on the phone?
I do all my editing well, some on my computer and all on my phone because I'm always on the go. So sometimes with my laptop, sometimes I'm so bad with like putting down my stuff, and then because I got so much on my mind and forgetting it, sometimes I just leave my laptop at home and I'm just like, I'm going to do everything on my cell phone. Forget it. I'm just going to do everything on my cell phone. Why? Do you want all the apps that I use?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna give you guys all the apps that I use, and it's a slew of them because sometimes I have to take something from one app to dump it into the other. So InShot I use for my editing, and adding music. It's called InShot, INSHOT, InShot. For my pictures that create where they just have smoke coming off of one picture, or if I'm standing there and the clouds are moving in the back, that's called Pick-a-Loop. It's called Pixa loop, Pick-a-Loop. Where I edit my photos at for better sharpness and definition is Snapseed. And then I'll dump that Snapseed over into PixArt. And then I'll also do some editing on Premiere Rush, which is by Adobe, and that's $10 a month. And let's say if you guys record something on your phone, but you're getting all this background noise from the freeway, the highway, or you hear a bird chirping across the street, I have this one app called Denoise. It's DENOISE. It'll drown out all of that, people talking in the background, birds, cars flying by. That's called Denoise. What else do I use on here? And that's it. That's the only apps that I use that's my main apps that I use in order to create all the stuff that you see on my page.
I'm trying to go to one place where I can call up to show some of the videos, like some of the stuff that you and Matt shot that were really creative. Can you give me a link?
Yes. Let me see if I have some at my on my YouTube page that I could give you. Library history. Where is
some of this, the couple that you and Matt shot was in like a barn. Just kind of blew me away.
in a barn, in a barn, in a barn, in a barn.
It was a big building, and Matt would send the drone
Oh,
down to like the first floor and then come
oh
back.
yeah, yeah. Where is that? Your videos. Okay, where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? All right, what? Okay, if you go on YouTube,
Yeah.
or are you on my YouTube page, Cool Color Kid Generation?
Yeah. Hang on.
Just type in Cool Color Kid Generation. And once you go on that page, there is a video that says, "Why can't you see me?" Or you can show that other one where he's spiraling and I'm in the middle of the ballpark. That's called Just a Kid.
Hang on a second. Something's coming up.
Not everything that is faced.
Let me open this up and let me share the screen here a bit.
So this right here, okay, so I took my cell phone before you play it, Mr. Phillips.
Go ahead.
So I sat in my living room and I took my cell phone and faced it up. Can you guys still see me though?
No, they can just see.
Okay. Well, I'll explain it to them afterwards then. You go ahead, play it.
Not everything that is faced can be changed. But nothing can be changed until it is faced.
Now there's one that's called Just a Kid on there as well, if you wanted to show them that. But I can go ahead and show them how I did this real quick.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
I sat my cell phone up like this, and I put a timer on my cell phone to take the picture. Then after that, I went to Snapseed, like the ones that I showed you, and I just edited up a little bit so it could stay sharp. Then I dumped it into PixArt and put a filter over top of it. So I started off with it in black and white. And then there's an erase tool where you take out how it started showing different colors. I erased it, saved that image, and kept on erasing it until once I put all the images together in InShot, it just showed like the color dissolving. And the music that is already in InShot, I just went through all of their music to see which music would sound like the creation of what I wanted to create. And then that voiceover is Samuel L. Jackson in a documentary. And I recorded that his voiceover with my cell phone. And then I added his voice to that photo. And that's how I did that one.
This was all in the cell phone. You edited all of the cell phone.
All of it in the cell phone, yeah. Do you have another video? Oh, yeah, you do. This one right here, me and Matt shot.
Yeah.
Generation. Go, college, kids.
Yeah, so with that video, we had taken my drone out and
My friend, good evening. Sis, Ariane, just
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
no, it's all good. So the day before we did this song came on the radio that I put in the video, and it inspired me. And I was like, "Yo, Matt, I got to do something to this song." And I was getting this new tattoo for my brand. That's my brand logo. And I had called him up and I said, "Hey, can I get you to videotape and record me get my new tattoo?" And he said, "Sure, this, that, and the third." And we planned all this. And then probably a week later, I had sent him images of what I wanted to record. And I would probably say within 1 hour, we did that whole thing in one parking lot. And we set the drone up. We with my cell phone, he went around in a circle to get the back of me. And then he took his Insta360 to get those pan up shots to where it's the camera is going far away. So it only took us an hour to do that whole thing. It was so hot outside. That's why we had to like make it quick because it was summertime during that time. But yeah, and I edited that all on my cell phone in InShot.
What's interesting is that a lot of kids will wear a certain brand, whether it says Nike or Adidas or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You wear your own brand.
I wear my own brand.
Yeah, and I think that's important. Like I have things for Penn News and for WP Media because it's important to push your own brand. That promotes you.
Mm-hmm.
Lets people see who you are.
Yeah, I have this saying where it's if you have a brand, you have to stay branded, because the thing is that it's not saying that you can't wear, Nike and all that type of stuff. But the thing is that if that you want to make your vision known to the world, you have to wear it.
I'm going to open it up to anybody that has any questions. Unmute yourself, and if you have a question for Randall, go ahead and ask it. Anybody have anything? Nobody?
Okay, I have a thing.
Okay.
Mr. Law, how do you edit your videos?
I edit them on InShot, and then I sometimes I'll edit on my laptop. I've grown so accustomed with editing on my phone that it's like it's sometimes editing on my computer seems ancient to me. So I go and I use InShot, which is the app I told you that I edit on, and I dump all my videos in there and I edit it. Well, when I first discovered InShot, it took me a while to understand how to edit on it. So I just played with it a lot. Like basically all the stuff that I shot on my cell phone, I would just sit around and play with it. It took me, I would probably say, 2 weeks to understand it because I was so determined to know how to do this thing. So because it was so weird, I was so used to editing on my laptop. But I was like, if I'm going to be on a go like this and I want to have content constantly being able at a high level, I'm going to have to learn how to edit on my phone faster. So InShot is the app that I use to edit all of my stuff. And mind you, you have to do everything manually, like dump your stuff in, edit it, turn levels up, turn levels down. So it's not an app where you just, it creates the video for you. It's like you have to do the work. So that's what I use InShot.
Anybody else have anything they want to ask? We don't want to shoot down Del Castle, but that's okay.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
No one else has a question to ask him. What we're finding is a lot more people are doing work on mobile devices, whether it is their cell phone or some type of a tablet device. As you said, there's a lot of people that are shooting stuff because these have become so sophisticated. I know with the.
I'm sorry, continue. I'm sorry, continue. What's up,
That's
Mom?
okay. That's okay. With the iPhone 12, that's doing some really amazing things. And I want to, there she is. I want to see about possibly getting one for us. Either it's mine or through the school, because it does have so many really interesting things in it. Anna, you have anything?
Say hi to everybody.
Yeah, my question is very relevant to this beautiful little girl right here. So, we always have things that come up or family emergencies or big family events like having a child. Can you talk a little bit about not only the balance, but also sometimes you have to maybe like shift your priorities, and how do you do that when you are an entrepreneur? And maybe is an entrepreneur like a good career for that?
Oh my goodness, Anna. The crazy thing is that I was just talking to my friend about that yesterday. Balance is one thing I'm constantly praying for, because with this little bundle of joy, with no sleep half of the time, I'm learning to sometimes burn the midnight oil on certain things I want to create, but also with all that, learning how to prioritize my time, and first looking at what needs to be done first, such as getting her together, and then taking a couple minutes throughout the day, like sometimes before I head to I do have a day job too, that let's say if I want to post this on Friday, I'll put something up that'll probably say this to block out some schedule. Like I'll put something up and say, who can I inspire today? Because I know I have to put something up, and I still have time to do this video. So I'll probably edit let's say the first 5 seconds of it, and then write down what else I have to do on a board. And then probably come back to it later on tonight after I put her to bed. And then sometimes I'll feel so inspired, I'll get up in the middle of the night and finish editing it. But it's all about putting what you need to get done first. Most of the time, it's family first all the time. So if I'm not feeling good, I'll just say, yeah, I can't do this right now. I can't do it. But when it comes to family, I make sure that always comes first. And especially events, when I know I have something due for a client, I will make sure when someone asks me to, hey, could you have it to me by, let's say, next Saturday, I'll give myself an extra day. I'll say, I can have it to you by Sunday, because I know I can have it to you by Saturday, but I'll say Sunday, just in case anything can occur, But yes, balance is, I would say, a never ending thing that we are going to be faced, especially if you're in the creative world, because I can only imagine being a celebrity and one of your family members died, but you're getting paid $40 million and they're saying, you can't go to the funeral because we have to shoot. That has to be tough. So balance is and she just pooped. uh, but balance is like, I wish I could explain it better because I'm still learning it myself. Being a new father is just like, but thank God I have a great partner too, because we work as a team, but we're still learning with this new bundle to just help each other out. I'll let her have her time and things of that nature, but it's a learning process. And I wish I could tell you how I do it, but I just think that it really takes like practice, because I was at a point, and I'm still at the point where I'm just like, oh my gosh, where is the time going? So I'm constantly pulling out the little hair that I have left at times. And sometimes I try not to overwhelm myself either, because if I can't post anything, then I'm just not going to post anything. Some things are not meant to be forced sometimes. Sometimes it's just like, all right, I'm going to take a break from social media for a week. I'm sure some people are going to miss me, but oh well. I got to spend time with my daughter. I got to take care of myself, because if I don't take care of myself first, I can't take care of anything else. So, staying healthy, eating the right things, make sure I'm getting my rest, taking my vitamins, and, surrounding myself with people that make me smile. That's how I end up sometimes keeping a balance. So I hope to answer your question, Anna.
Yeah, it definitely did. And it's a good reminder for students. I mean, it's tough, I know, for them to manage everything in this new world we're navigating.
Yes.
But, if all you have to do is school and maybe like a little part-time job, think about all the people who are balancing so much more. So, it's possible, and it's possible to do it and stay positive and just, keep trying. If it seems hard, just keep trying to prioritize stuff, and eventually you'll figure it out. It is, like you said, it is practice to figure out how to prioritize stuff and stay organized. So that's great advice.
The crazy thing is that you're not always going to want to feel positive. I'm dead serious. This morning, I did not want to come onto this call because I was like, I do not feel good. Oh my gosh. But the thing is that I not only wanted to let myself down, I didn't want to let you guys down, especially Mr. Phillips down. So the thing is that even with all the things that you will be bombarded with in life, sometimes you're going to have to say, okay, it's just an hour. I got to do this. So sometimes you just got to do it. And then the crazy thing is that you'll end up teaching yourself something that you not only did it, but you actually got through it. So, wow, I got through that. Woo, that hour is up. Woo, okay, I did it. So now my day begins. So getting through it is just the battle. So once you get through it, you'll learn something new about yourself on saying that, wow, if I can get through that, I can get through this, so what you do. Any other questions?
Anybody have anything else?
That was a good question, by the way, Anna.
There was a movie that came out a long time ago starring Robin Williams. It was called Dead Poets Society. And it was shot mainly in Delaware. If you've ever seen the film, it was shot in Wilmington. It was shot in Old Newcastle, Middletown. The whole film was pretty much shot right around here. One of the big things that I took out of that film was there was a scene where he talks about the term carpe diem. And carpe diem means seize the day, which means take advantage of every day and what you can get done in that day, and don't waste it. And that's something that I try to convince a lot of the students on, that, you guys, you do have this time that you could be doing to find a way to better yourself, whether it is learning in shot or playing with a few ideas, collaborating with other people, and just doing some content creation. Don't let the day go by, as you said, without doing something that's going to make yourself better.
Right. Absolutely. I agree. I agree. I agree. And there are some days where I just won't do some certain things because sometimes you got to give yourself a break too. I mean, I'm the type of person where I go 24/7, 24/7 too. But I'm learning to slow down now that I have a daughter as well, because you can miss a lot of stuff just trying to get to the destination instead of just living in the moment too. So step by step. I mean, things just come to me. Things just come to me. I can look out the window right now and then an idea pop in my head and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna work on that.
It's out there. Inspiration is everywhere.
It's everywhere. And don't be afraid to steal from other people. It's not bad. I mean, not steal their actual work, but like steal their idea to make their idea better. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's like, I believe I have a thing of Bart Simpson, but the thing is that I drew the rest of his body and created a brand logo from it, but I didn't keep it though. It was just an idea. It inspired me to do something with that actual photo that I had in mind. So, yeah, I pull from all my ideas, don't just come to me by myself. Sometimes I'll see something and say, I can recreate that and make it my own.
Good stuff. We're going to end this experience. Anybody have any final questions? I can get you Randall's contact information. You can check him out on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all those places and stay in touch. I know that's one thing that when I turned him on to Matt Goodsell a couple of years ago, that these guys are like partners in crime now, that
Yeah.
they'll kick around ideas and share them. But Randall, I want to thank you big time, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. And also if you guys have the time next Monday, make sure you guys, if you're old enough, get out and vote. Your voice is heard. Don't think it's not. And then also on top of that, next Monday at 6 p.m. at night, me and Daniel will be having our one-on-one. Is called We Must Be Visible, a conversation on Facebook and Instagram Live. So stay inspired, you guys. Definitely reach out if you need help with anything. Hopefully we can all, yeah, this girl is just having a field day. Hopefully you guys get continue to inspire yourself and others, and continue to listen to this teacher that you have, because this guy still inspires me every single day as well. But spread the love, spread the love. But I'm sorry I'm a little under the weather and stuff like that, but there's gonna be more times we're gonna be talking.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. All right, guys, that's it for us. We're gonna call it a day. Have a good weekend. The projects that we're working on for the products, I'm gonna, because we've had such crappy weather, I'm gonna extend that into let's see, you guys are off Monday and Tuesday next week. Monday for professional development, and Tuesday the school's closed because it's election day. We'll get back together again on Wednesday, and I will ask that you have turned these product shots into me by midnight Tuesday. Okay? So thanks for coming, everybody. We'll talk next week. Have a good weekend. And as he said, if you are old enough, please go out and vote. Have a great day, guys.
Have a great one.
Thanks.